Oh, hey. Sorry. I was doing my lighting. Hi everybody. So it is Exercise Your Democracy night. Thought we would have a super fun live. I can't do a live tomorrow on Wednesday. We usually do crazy what if Wednesdays, but I thought I would do it tonight. So tonight we can either talk about, thank you, Catherine, for sharing. We can either talk about the exercise of democracy that's going on, or we can talk about my husband calling me. I'm literally live right now. I love you. I'll call you back.
Love you too. Hi, everyone.
Wait, say it again. Wait. There he is. Gregopedia saying hi. I'll call you back. Bye, babe.
Bye-bye.
So literally as soon as I went live, he called me. So Julie, yes. Full moon, weird day. So this was a really, really intense full moon that we experienced. We had the eclipse in it. It was full moon in Taurus. So that's a pretty hard, grounding, intense full moon. So I made 4 jars of full moon water, beaver blood moon water. Greg made fun of me on another social media. So I put in lavender from our garden. We have a really nice lavender plant that is still kicking. So I clipped some of the lavender. I threw it in there to kind of soften the impact of that full moon. And I also threw an amethyst in each jar. And one of my girlfriends is going through a kind of a challenging time. It's not really anything concrete that's challenging, but it's kind of the energy that's challenging. So I threw a few drops of milk in there, and she doesn't drink milk, but the milk will have a soothing effect on that really, really intense moon water. So what I do with my full moon water is I leave it in the bathroom and I'll put it on my face. I will put it in an atomizer and use it as a setting spray sometimes. Sometimes I just pour it over my head, just a few drops over my head, just to kind of give myself that energy. So I am a Cancer, so I do move with the moon a lot more than maybe some other signs. So hi Bevs, I just texted you. You got my wave meme that I sent over. I thought you would like that, sweetie pie. Celtic Rune, I see you. Hello, darling. And Greg, I'm sure, says hello to you too. Tarot Destiny, hello, darling. I have to coordinate with you. I had to switch around a few things in my schedule this week because we have a band meeting for the winter season. So we have that going on. Sunny Girl, hello. Fabulous day for Sunny Girl. Sold a condo for twice what I bought. Holy crow, that's awesome. Well done. Since I never financed, I got all the money. That's great. Good for you, man. That is just dragging that money toward you. Hello, Penny. And Julie, yeah, Cancer moon in your chart. It's so us Cancers, we really get affected by that. So it's pretty intense energy. So I did not stay up for the eclipse. I just didn't have it in me. I know a couple of my other girlfriends did. They actually stayed up like 3 o'clock in the morning. And I know a few people that did get up for the official full moon. I think it was at 6:05 in the morning or something like that. I put my jugs outside, not my jugs, but my jugs of water. And I do want to tell you guys, look, I got my I voted sticker. I am 51 years old. This is the first time I ever got a sticker. They always ran out by the time I went. So I'm really excited that I got a voted sticker. So, like I said, tonight is all about you guys. So we can go bananas. We can start asking questions about, I I had a couple of things on the list that we would look at. I definitely think Fetterman. Apparently we're not allowed to say the ELECTION word. We're not allowed to say that word. Did not know that, so we're going to call it exercising our democratic ability. But I had Whoopi leaving Twitter. We can kind of breeze through on that. J-Lo and Ben, everybody is saying they're living apart. They're not really together. And I think they're trying to say that they kind of are. We had a single lottery winner in Altadena, California. I actually called Alicia today and was like, please tell me that was you that bought the winning ticket in Altadena, and she said, sadly, no, it was not her. So Julie, Celtic, Sunny Girl, I was in and out 10 minutes too. I actually left work early so I could get in there because I was afraid everyone was going to go in after work, and I was in and out, got in no problem. So Greg Gregopedia got in. He voted real quick too. Sally, it's pouring rain in Southern California. Oh, you couldn't see the eclipse. Yeah, I'm too tired in the middle of if I didn't have like a regular day job, I would. One day, maybe I will retire and move on, or resign and move on and just do this. So, hi, Miriam. How are you from Australia? It's early morning there for you. So, and I invited my mom. I don't know if my mom's going to show up. So my mom said she has a hard time finding my show. So I sent her a link and I said, I'll be on at 7. So she may be here. Hopefully she will comment. If she does, you can all make her feel nice and warm and welcome. So what do we want to start with? Yeah, I know, Beverly, right? I think it's because of the last 4 year. I think it's because of that last event that we're not allowed to say it. I think in a normal world we would be able to say it. So just very, very strange. So and Celtic Rune, you voted early last week. So my neighbors actually told us that they went and they early voted at the library, and they said it was like going to the VIP lounge at the airport. So I think we'll do that maybe next time. I don't know. Tarot Destiny, yes, it was fast. And in 2020, they gave us pencils to vote. Yeah, you know what I got this time? I got this. I don't know if you guys can see it. This is one of those, it's like a touch thing, so I can touch my screen with it. I don't know, I use it on my phone, but it's like a paper straw, and it says I voted on it. I voted. So I got all this I voted merch. Super fun. So what do we want to look at, guys? Give me a topic. Somebody throw me a topic. Do we want to see how Dr. Oz is doing? Let's see how Fetterman is doing. Oh, I think I just did a sloppy shuffle. Did I do a sloppy shuffle? I did a sloppy shuffle. I made a sloppy shuffle. So sloppy shuffle, everybody drink. If you're new here, anytime I sloppy shuffle, you got to take a drink. Doesn't matter if it's coffee, gin and tonic, strawberry juice. I'm debating whether I'm going to have some sloppy shuffle goblets made up for you guys. So I will let you know if I'm going to start doing some merch. So let's start with Dr. Oz and Fetterman. We'll do Dr. Oz on the left, Fetterman on the right. Let's see what's going to happen in this Pennsylvania race. Not really seeing too many numbers. So we'll do Dr. Oz. That was a sloppy shuffle. Everybody drink. Sloppy shuffle. I'm just drinking water now, so. Doctor, oh, let me make this bigger. This is our Dr. Oz. Oh, that is not looking good. And then we got Fetterman. Holy moly. All right. So Dr. Oz on the left. So we got lack of cooperation, not people not working together to, or not in agreement. So there may be some discrepancies about the counting of the you-know-whats. So we might have that. Celtic Rune, yeah, it might be, they might have to be tumblers, sippy cups. Sunny Girl, you keep eating that ice cream, baby. You don't have to drink alcohol to hang out with us, but a little bit of wine, it's my favorite thing. So, not cooperation, not there isn't an agreement on what's going to happen on this left side with Dr. Oz. They're going to have to look back and revise some of the things that they did. I think I'm a little bit worried about this. I think I want to take a shuffle and pulse just from the middle. Let's just see if we get a winner. So it's not looking like Oz is bringing this home. But there's something not right with the Fetterman side. All right, we'll get to the Fetterman side. So they're going to see that there's something wrong in the way that they got from A to B. And we do not have a place of power. This is also making some negative decisions. I think we're going to be saying some things perhaps after this election that are questionable and maybe not the nicest thing in the whole world. So, oh, good question. Good question. Linda, no, you didn't miss anything yet. Just sit tight. We're looking at the Pennsylvania little shindig that they're having tonight. We're not allowed to say ELEHCTION. So can't say that word. So on the Fetterman side, we've got foundations starting anew, getting into a position where they're going to make some things happen. And then we have this Knight of Swords. So there's going to be a lot of PR and a lot of talking about it, a lot of expression, which I think is very curious because he was unable to really, really express himself pretty consistently during the debates. So then we have this hard decision making here. So when we have decisions, these are about like people, places, things, when we have that Two of Pentacles in reverse. And then we have concepts, more of lofty ideas when we're looking at the Two of Swords, and both of them are in reverse. I don't think that both of these guys have their feet planted in a really, really genuine place. Just really kind of concerns me. I'm not the biggest Oz fan. I'm just going to say that. Like, I don't know. Like, there were a couple of things that he said on his show that I was like, I don't know if I like that. But, for the most part, Fetterman doesn't seem like he's got his act together. It's just my opinion. It seems like this is going to be contested. I hate to say that. I know, like, the last thing we want to see are contested elections. I said the word. We don't selection. Thanks, Rose. I already slipped and said it. So it looks like this is going to be contested, and it looks as if Fetterman is going to appear to win, but then going to concede. I know that's a little bit awkward, but it's kind of what it looks like. So, or maybe not staying in. It's very, very murky here. So let's take a look at this. Why did the big O? not endorse the big Oz. Oh, hey, everybody say hi to my mom. My mom is here. So, you know, I'll say hi to mommy. She is down in the great state of Florida enjoying the pre-hurricane and the sound judgment of Governor DeSantis down there. So stick around, Mom. We're talking about the Pennsylvania election right now. So let's see why Oprah did not support Dr. Oz. Let's see what's going on with that. Oh, hi, Serendip. So those of you that don't know, Serendipity got a huge shout out from Lord Famous Fortunes this morning. I freaked out when I was listening this morning. And Marnie, I think you got a shout out from Marnie Hall. I think you got a shout out from Lord Famous Fortunes too. Hang on, we're just a little crooked here. Sorry, we did some rearranging on my layout here. Yesterday I had Gregopedia drilling stuff. All right, so this is Serendipity. You know what? If Lord Famous Fortunes was talking about me, I would 150% be like waving a flag. Lord Famous Fortunes is talking about me. So I did it when Trevor did it. So all right, so this is why Oprah did not outwardly, and I'm putting it that way for a reason, did not outwardly support Dr. Oz. So she does not feel, we have Knight of Wands in reverse. She does not feel that he has the power and the influence and the ability to govern correctly. She feels that he is not the kind of person that they want in power. I said they. Okay. She feels that he should be in a smaller position of leadership, more Hollywood based. So she wants him to be more of a spokesperson, more of a celebrity endorser of political people. So that's really why she's not supporting him. And I believe that there was a request to support him, and it was a hard stop for her. She was just like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to get involved politically. Not going to, not going to throw my hat in the ring. We all know that that's bogus. And ultimately, he decided to stand on his own and not worry about having that celebrity endorsement, because exactly what she would have given to Dr. Oz is what she is saying you would be much better at. So it was almost like a backhanded compliment. Like she said, listen, I think you're really great, but I don't think that you're able to govern correctly. I just don't think that you can do that. Under the surface, she likes him very much. This is not, we have our Ace of Cups down here. Sorry, it's cut off a little bit. And she really does like him very much. And she thinks that he would work much better as part of a machine and not as the guy. So she just does not want to see him as the governor of we'll take a look at that, Beverly. Beverly's comment here. No, I think this is exclusively just toward Dr. Oz. She wanted him to be a celebrity mouthpiece for some social concerns. Let's put it that way. Let's see what she does think of Fetterman. Let's see what the O thinks of Fetterman. Let's take a look at that. And guys, pop up your questions. If you have questions, what do you want to know? You want to talk about the the flexing of our democratic ability. So, Mom, I know you just got here. We're not allowed to say the word ELECTION on this particular platform. So, we're not allowed to say that. So, we say flexing our democratic privileges. And everybody, thumbs up, like, share. Helps get me spread out there. Helps the algorithms. Helps more people see my videos. So what does the O think of Fetterman? What does the O think of Fetterman? Oh. Where are my readers at? Where are my readers at? Where are my readers at? We got Tower, Magician, Hierophant, 7 of Pentacles in reverse, 2 of Swords in reverse, and Heart of the Matter, Knight of Swords in reverse, and under the surface, 5 of Pentacles. All right, so we all know this Tower card. This is cataclysmic disaster. This is just not a good idea. Nobody wants him in there. It's just not a good idea. He just really is not going to oh, Mystic Rose, we can talk about some other stuff. We don't have to talk just about we don't have to just talk about political. Yeah, just it's the thing of the night. So I had a few things written down. Pop-up questions. I will answer questions and get you guys going. So the Tower is cataclysmic. Magician in reverse does not have the goods to serve the community, serve the greater good, is not in a position of power. Hierophant here. 7 of Pentacles in reverse. We are looking at what this particular person and their work will do for the future. So this is looking at the future, seeing how that will affect the future, the ripples, if you will, in a we got trolls over on Facebook. So this is about seeing what's going to happen from this event into the future, and it'll be negative things. So the messaging's not there, the intellectual ability is not there, and under the surface this leaves us all in a poorer position than we started. So all right, Morny, I'm not gonna speculate who she wanted in there. I don't know who else would be a candidate for it. But so let's take a look. If you guys have, so we have Whoopi leaving Twitter, J-Lo and Ben, lottery winner in California. Why don't we take a look at that? Oh, Matthew, Josh Smith, whatever your name is. Toodaloo, my friend. Trying to get private readings out of my people when we're doing a super fun freestyle live event on a Tuesday. So let's take a look at this. Let's see our lottery winner in Altadena, California. I think it was 1.9 was the last number. So let's see. Oh, Sunny girl. You are just a peach, my love. Thank you so much. That is fantastic. You just made my day. You just blessed me. Everybody, let's throw up some blessings for Sunny girl here. Let me do this. Thank you so much, my love. Oh, I gave you a 3. I was trying to give you a heart. Trying to give you a heart. So let's see. Did the lottery winner, Altadena lottery winner, is it a group Or is it just one person? It's kind of amazing that it was just the one ticket, but let's see. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, that's interesting. Looks like we got a few different people here. Oh boy. I don't think this looks good. Okay. So I think we've got, I think it's a pool. I think it's a pool of a few people that work together. There's at least one family member in here in this pool. And it seems like there was already some financial struggles, but they're already fighting. This is the beginning of one of those how the lottery ruined my life stories. So they definitely need to get some advisement. They need to get a mediator in there, and they need to have someone kind of direct them. There are two individuals that I think are just actually fighting about the ticket, about the actual physical condition of the ticket. I think these two are like, hey, we got to get the ticket. We got to get it in a lockbox. We got to, like, they're being completely insane about it, and trying to kind of micromanage the whole situation. So the one who has it is really trying to take charge and be very smart about it. And he's kind of getting the ducks in a row. But for some reason, he doesn't have the authority with these two. I'm not really sure why. Under the surface, everybody's really, really happy. But out in the open, they're all going in different directions. So, oh, hi, Greg Toberfest. Greg, my mom's here. Say hi to mom. I think she's still watching. Unless she just popped on for like 2 seconds. So, Gregopedia also voted today. We all voted. All right. So what does this group of people need? They need they need somebody. All right. Yeah. Okay. All right. So what they need is an attorney and an accountant at the same time. Okay. Much better off having a financial planner that is a woman, believe it or not. There's definitely a woman here. And Tarot Destiny, I think it was 1.9 billion. I think that's actually what I think that's what it did finish out at. So Craig, really? You're gonna be like that? But I think my mom got it. I think she got it. Serendipity, no, she's in a good spot. I'm not going to disclose her specific location, but my mom's in a good spot. They're going to be fine. I talked to her today, so they're going to be. Oh, look at that, Morny. Thank you. So it's 1.9 billion. So the cash out is 900 plus $1 million for one person. So I actually have a pool at work, and I failed to get our tickets yesterday because I thought that it went off on Wednesday, and me like a dummy, I didn't do it. So we have like, I don't know, like $60 worth of tickets right now for Wednesday. So it's up to 20 million. So that's fine. There's like, I think 14 of us. 20 million is just fine. So so yeah, this group of people, they need a team to work cooperatively, because they're not going to work cooperatively together. They're all going to go in different directions. There isn't this cohesiveness between their goals and their intentions. Everyone's kind of a little bit concerned that somebody's going to scoot off with the money. There's much kind of thinking, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, the book is all about getting into that affluent mindset, and the mindset of attracting money to you and making your money work for you and being smart about it, and not just being like completely willy-nilly with your ducats and coins. So there's this very, very poverty kind of mindset. So this is definitely a group of people that haven't had much abundance. So they're going to not managed this very well. So they need to be very, very careful about it. So that's just my opinion. Getting the right team in place to help them is going to be really, really beneficial. So that's really what they need to do. So that being said, all right. So what are we on to next? Give me a topic, people. Sloppy shuffle. Everybody take a drink. Ready? Oh, Mom, if I sloppy shuffle, which I do all the time, everyone has to take a drink. So water, tea, whatever you got going. Sloppy shuffle right on the floor. Oh, Nikki C. Oh, I'm so glad. So just a little segue before we get into Beverly's question. What we're going to do, and I talked to my girlfriend Shelly about this, we are going to do like a weekly Charming Homes post, and I guess I'm going to do the newsletter too. The new website has a sign up for my newsletter thing. I didn't realize that I left it on there, and now all these people have signed up for a newsletter, and so I have to work on a newsletter. I think I'm going to do it once a month. I certainly can't do it like every day, or maybe I'll start like once a month and work up to once a week. So I'm going to do my best. I talked to Alicia today, and I'm going to see if maybe we can do bundles on her website, bundles from her stuff, so that we can help you guys kind of do hearth and home stuff. If you talk to Gregopedia, I'm very keen on having my home energetically appealing and comforting and nice for everybody to be in. A lot of people, when they come to our house, they say, "Oh, this is so great. Like, it's just so chill here, and I just like it." Well, it's partly that way because I really work hard at it energetically to make it a really nice environment, nice, relaxing, hospitable environment. So what we'll do is at the beginning of the week, we will do a post and talk about some of the things that you can do that week in terms of your decluttering or your energetic decluttering or whatever you need to do in your house to kind of make it just a little bit more warmer and fuzzy and protect from any of the bad juju that's out there. So, we'll do some cool stuff. We'll talk about some cool stuff. I'll put some bundles probably on my website and in the email so that you guys can purchase things. Like I have my sage bundles. These sage bundles, I have them on order on subscription from Amazon. They come in like every 3 months or something. I get a case of them. So you can walk around and you can do all kinds of cool stuff. So yeah, it's super, super cool. So the moon water that I have with the lavender and the amethyst in it, I have it in the bathroom right now. I'm putting it on my face. I'm kind of spritzing it around. So I'm going to figure out some other things to do with it. I'll keep you guys posted on what you should do. I'm of the opinion that you should finish your moon water before the next full moon. So that's just my opinion, but we'll do some more research. I'll be learning right along with you. So I'm glad you did like it. We'll talk about the new moon that's coming up. But Beverly, you are a peach and a half, my love. Thank you so much. Thank you. You are just awesome. And you know what? Lord Famous Fortunes has been talking. Somebody suggested that they do a little mini trip to Lady Colin Campbell's bed and breakfast castle. I was like, oh, Beverly said that we need to plan this trip. I actually talked to 2 travel agents about it. So we're going to get there. We are going to get there. Okay. So we'll do the meet and greet trip eventually. We'll put it together and we'll all go meet on an island or something. Alicia and I will do some classes. You get to meet us in person and we'll put together a really cool package for all you guys. Okay. So yeah, super, super fun. So we'll have every week at the beginning of the week, we'll have the weekly kickoff and we'll do like a little Charming Home segment for you. Shelly's gonna guest it with me. We'll teach you how to do some cool things. We're gonna lead into Yule with that. So we'll do a Yule log, because I'm going to do a Yule log this year that you get to burn in your yard. So I'll do like a whole video where I actually make the Yule log for you and you can see it. We'll do that right before Christmas, and maybe in between now and then I'll do the key charm that I do for the all houses. So yeah, that's kind of cool, and we'll take you through that whole thing, and I'll show you all the books that I use. So super cool. So all right, so let's go. So forecasters, this is my gal Beverly, my favorite gal. So okay, so let's do this. And so I don't want to go all the way to 2024, but let's do like 6 months at a go. How about we do that? So let's look at the next 6 months. Sloppy shuffle, everybody drink. Greg, you should be drinking moon water. My crazy husband. Look at him. Do we have to drink moon water? Yes, you have to drink the moon water with all the little bits of lavender getting stuck in your teeth. That's what you have to do. So that's 6 months. Next 6 months. Food situation. Yeah, next 6 months is not looking great. Next 6 months is not looking great. So, the tracks and the course of disaster that we were all set upon is chugging right along. We're getting to exactly where the folly of those intentions led us. And we're coming to a closeout. And also, we're coming to a point of no return. So this is a point where we're really just going to be stuck, and there's going to be very limited options that for us to back out of it. The decision, the disposition of the majority is going to be very, very negative. We're not going to have many people that are like, yeah, this is great. This is exactly what we wanted. I can't get pastina. We're not going to see that. We're not going to see people that are like, oh, this is for the greater good, and we're just going to deal with it. For the majority, I want to say like 7/8 of the people that are being affected by this are going to be very, very, very upset about it. The workaround, though, is going to be very interesting. So there are people that prepped, and there are people that planned, and there are people that are prepared for this situation. And there are people that have contingency plans. So whether that is you're speaking to some of the local guys and gals that live around you that go hunting, if you're reaching out to different farmers, maybe buying a cow with a few other friends, or buying a pig, or doing something like that. The people were very resourceful about this, and their behavior was very good. So the people that prepped, a lot more people prepped than they think. So there's a lot more stockpiling going on than the powers that be really anticipated. Under the surface, this is a lot of fear mongering and a lot of, hey, you should be scared. So it's almost, I don't want to say gaslight, because I know we talked about the gaslight administration before, but this is like, be scared, be really afraid of what's happening, because it's really scary. It's not going to work. We have this lack of success up here, the 6 of Wands in reverse. So we're just not going to get the kind of, screaming alien invasion kind of thing in the next 6 months. But let's look at the next 6 months. Let's go a little bit deeper. And I'm just going to say it right now, like I'm ready for alien invasion. I don't know about the rest of you. Who's ready? Celtic Rune, where are you? Are you ready for alien invasion? You ready for aliens? Bring them on. Bring them on. So 6 months after that, 6 months after that. Six months after that, we are smooth sailing. Oh, but then we're not. All right. 6 months after. So if we go 6 months in the future, what is it now? It is November. So just November, December, January, February, March, April. All right. So now we're going into May-ish, May, June, July, August, September, October, going all the way through the next season. So I do think that we're going to see a dearth of certain items. We're going to see a dearth of some of our luxury items, but I don't think that we're going to be breadlining, that kind of stuff. I don't think it's going to be as dire as they want it to be. Or I shouldn't say as they want it to be. I don't think it's going to be as dire as it's being PR'd and advertised. I just don't think we're going to see that. I think it's everyone's going to say, well, this isn't that bad. Like we're back to being pilgrims. We're kind of taking care of our own stuff and, leaning on our neighbors. We're working locally. We're using local farmers, and it's kind of infusing, commerce and spending right in our communities, boots on the grounds kind of development of economy, which is pretty cool. And I think that the executors of this fear mongering, the people that want us to be scared and cowering and crying in the corner of our house and starving and, les miserables, I think those people are very disappointed with the result, and the plan is not working. The resilience of the majority of people was something that they were not expecting. They were not expecting people to, we're very fat and comfortable, and we have a lot of things that we rely on with electronics, and people have Roombas. Gregopedia wanted to get a Roomba, and I was like, yeah, I'm not seeing the sense in it. I'm just afraid like this $500 thing is gonna break, and then I'm gonna be like, like I've had so many vacuums that break. Oh, excuse me. So many vacuums have broken. I can't imagine that a Roomba is not going to break in 5 minutes. It's just my opinion. I've seen those bulldogs and the memes where they've eaten them. So this just is not. They really expected us to be a lot softer than we are. They really expected us to be really dependent on Wi-Fi and Alexa and the internet. If this all went dark for a couple of days, like I love you all and I love seeing you all here, and it'd be a bummer not to be here, but I don't think that I would fall apart. I don't think that I would be sitting in the corner wringing my hands. Like I could read a book, I could go outside and jump on a trampoline. There's plenty of stuff that we can do. And I think that the anticipation was really that we were like the citizens of the Capitol in Hunger Games, and we were very pampered and very posh and unable to be thrown into a wilderness kind of survival situation. We're certainly much, much more resilient than that. So the cooperative work and the creativity that's going to come out of survival is going to be surprising, because we are going to be very adept at surviving and still maintaining some level of creature comfort, which is really cool. So I think in the next 6 months, we're going to be okay. The following 6 months, that brings us to a year. Let's go another 6 months. Another 6 months. So we're 18 months down the road. 18 months down the road. So at that 12-month mark, we're going to really be doubling down on that resilience. 18 months down the road. 18 months. We're still working together. We are still working together. We're still working together and breaking the chains and moving forward. So healing from the damage that was done. We have that Three of Swords there. Sorry, I was cramming onto one side. Three of Swords, healing from the damage that was done. Five of Swords, upright. We're working together. We're still not back to the place that we want to be in terms of comfort and the level of lifestyle, but we are breaking the chains here. We are breaking away. That Devil card in reverse is always about breaking dependency, breaking chains, getting away, uncoupling, unfettering yourself with the powers that be, or the things that hold you down, the boot that's on your neck. So we're going to be seeing things from other perspectives, that Hangman in reverse. The one thing that concerns me about this is that some of us may double down on our belief systems and the things that we are certain about without proof. So when we get that Hangman in the upright, the Hangman is thinking about what he knows and what he's done and how those things affect others. When we get that in reverse, there's sometimes a little bit of arrogance that falls into that. And we could get some propaganda with this, where that arrogance and concepts that we have about the people that were in power formerly, it may be exaggerated and snowball down that hill. So we may see something like that. The Hierophant in the next 18 months, the greater powers that be over our culture and our society are going to become very important. We're going to figure out ways of recreating that foundation. We have that Three of Wands. So it's moving more into another position where we've got some different concepts about control of government and taking care of life as it is. So there we go. And I hope that wasn't too painful for Mystic Rose, because I went a little bit into the political. So firearms at your domestic tranquility. Yes, I'm going to put some moon water on the firearms. Oh, thank you, Beverly. Yeah, our living room is very it's very fun. Really? Gun oil with moon power, Gregopedia. Oh, serendipity. How absolutely exciting. That is amazing. Exciting stuff for you. You're going to have to totally let us know what that is like. Yowza. All right. So, I think dragon's blood. Dragon's blood probably creates more more accuracy. With a Doyle in Europe. be in trouble staying. Okay, let's take a look at that. All right, so with the damage to the pipeline, are we... do I want to change decks? I think I want to change decks. What do we got here? This is the Curious Creatures. That's not the one I was looking for. I actually wanted my Naked Heart. Let me see if Naked Heart is nearby. Are you nearby, Naked Heart? No. I think I put them away. Did I put them away? Nope. So yeah, part of the reason why we redid the blocking over here. Oh, you know what? We're using this. I never use this deck. French Tarot. Tarot of Marseille. So since we're talking about Europe, I just got tingles. This is the deck for tonight. This is the deck for tonight. So Tarot of Marseille. Talk to me. Is Europe going to be in trouble because of that pipeline? Okay. So these are in French. So we have the Empress, Hierophant, Magician, the King of Wands, Queen of Wands. Four of Pentacles, Three of Cups. So I am going to say that Europe is not going to see the kinds of problems that I think that's, again, I don't want to say PR, but I think this is an overly reactive statement that we're getting. So the Four of Pentacles does tell us to conserve, to hang on to what we have, to make sure that we're very careful about it. Now, is that plan in play now? Perhaps it is. It may be already in play, and that may be why we're not going to see the kind of, again, dearth. I'm going to use that word again. The dearth of supplies and energy sources. So I think that's okay. So the care that's being taken between the countries. Okay, so let's look at Europe as a whole. They are going to work together. We have the Hierophant, which is, yes, I'm sorry. Am I saying that right? Yes, I am. The Hierophant and the Empress working together to make sure that the greater good is well protected and well cared for. The Magician is, again, pulling stuff out of his butt. I hate to put it that way because it's pretty crass, but the Magician is the guy who you're trying to run out of the house and you need the car keys and everybody's looking for them, and he goes, oh, by the way, they're right here, and you've looked over that spot like 5 or 6 times. And then the King and Queen of Wands are the ones that figure out the plan and also execute it. They make this happen. So I think we're going to be okay in terms of Europe. I think we're, the countries will work together to make sure that we're not in a situation where one or the other is not doing so well. So, they are going to kind of pal up. So again, like this whole sense of community, I got that from the reading that we just did on, and I really did focus on the United States for the food thing, the question that Beverly had. I'm getting the sense too that Europe is going to lean back into this sense of community and helping each other out on boots on the ground. So that's pretty cool. So, all right, let's see. Yes. Yeah, Beverly, we're jarring up some rice and beans over here. Super cool stuff. So no need to panic. Everybody go buy an add-on bidet. Beverly, we don't have a Roomba. But I love that it's on your list of things to grab. Oh, that is awesome. Oh, FreshBooks. Oh yeah. So you know what? We'll maybe we'll add that into the charming home section. We'll talk a little bit about stockpiling and protecting and making sure that we're okay. Yeah, Tarot Destiny. I'm a Generation Xer, and like we lived without computers and all that. So that's one of the things. I think that the administration that we have right now, with them bringing all these influencers into the White House and into their PR, I think that they really are focused on the future and getting those generations on board. Whereas, my generation, there's all these memes that say, oh, well, we went out, as on Saturday morning and didn't come back until 10 o'clock at night. And sure enough, like I did that. I spent summers at my grandmother's house, and like we would do that. Like we would just be out all day and not checking in, and then we come back and we make macaroni and cheese. So it's the survival quotient, I think, for the future generations. That's one of the things that we talk to our kids about, make sure that they understand that like if the power goes out, look at this, I had extra cards in there, sorry guys. My kids, I know, like there was a time when the power went out and they would both panic. they were little, they'd be like, ah. But so you know what, Mystic Rose, we haven't taken a look at that area, and I don't know how long you've been a follower, but my father is actually from that area in the Ukraine. He wasn't born there, my grandfather was, but our family is from that part of the Ukraine. So it is a difficult thing. So I'm going to put away the Tarot of Marseille, though. We're not going to use this. We're going to use more powerful deck for this one. Haven't looked at the Ukraine in a while. Put that over on the side, and let's take out the gold deck. So I don't know who did it, but somebody bought it I saw it on my Amazon affiliate links. Somebody picked up their own sparkly, super sparkly gold deck. So I'm going to pull your comment down, but let's take a look at how the Ukraine is doing right now. How are they doing in terms of holding their ground? And what do we got going on with them in like the next, I don't know, 3 months. Let's see how they're going to do through the holidays. Okay. Oh, sloppy shuffle. Everybody join. I know you guys love this sloppy shuffle deck. This is officially the sloppy shuffle deck. Just so you guys know, this deck is like full on plastic and it's super slippery. Oof. Still having some hard times. Gonna have some issues with the people in positions of power. Okay. So this is kind of interesting. Heart of the matter. Under this, how gorgeous is this deck? I just want to say that, guys. How gorgeous is this deck? In fact, let me do this. I don't have it right in front of me. I was going to say I'll tag it on there. I'll put it in the replay video. You can also, if you do want this deck, it's I have it on my website. You can click on that. You'll hit my affiliate link there. So there's trouble in paradise here. So not that it's paradiso. It's not. The issue is that there's some power problems there. So the individuals that are in charge, and the Z guy, the guy with the Z name, it looks like there's some discrepancies with how to proceed or what he's doing. There's something there. So we've got a situation where I don't want to say it's a power vacuum or anything like that. It's not like somebody kind of took their foot off the gas and somebody else is trying to get in there. There are active disagreements about what to do next and how to behave and where to go. So they're looking very, very closely. I am getting the feeling that Zelensky may get moved out of that position. I'm just going to say it. I don't know if that's going to happen. Mark it with the T, and let's pull a couple of cards on that, because I'm seeing under the surface here we've got that there's a level of unhappiness here. So they're not real thrilled about the decisions that are being made at the moment. I think overall they've been happy, but I think at the moment there's some decisions, and we have our death card in reverse here. They're saying, we're not doing this. We're not moving forward with this. We'll hard stop, because what we're going to do is something different. And there's another man that steps into power here. And to be sure, these are all domestic Ukrainians. This isn't like somebody else is coming in and taking over control. This is within the power structure in the Ukraine right now. And this guy is going to make decisions that shore up and insulate the country a little bit more. There's something about a weak door that we're getting here. There's a door that is weak and it keeps letting things in. And that's one of the problems that this man has with this man. So are we going to see a loss of Zelensky? This is a partnering card. We've got the Lovers. We're going to keep going. Six of Pentacles in reverse. The Six of Pentacles, lesson time. We're going to do a little lesson. The Six of Pentacles, okay, this is our charity card, okay? This is giving, receiving. There's something, a little bit of a power struggle in this card. There's always someone that is holding a bit more power and a bit more influence over the other party. So if you're receiving, you may be on the receiving end, but you may have to be subordinate in order to get that. So, that's always something that you have to remember with the card. When we get this in reverse, okay, we have either a partnership without any benefits, without any quid pro quo, any of that kind of craziness. So we're going to take another card just to see where that goes. And this is how we do the clarifying of certain aspects of our reading. You know, we always just keep pulling more and more cards. So we've got this partnering, this, you know, no no negotiation. There's no back and forth on here. And then ultimately we've got this Empress in reverse, which is our mother card in reverse. And that is not taking care of the primary things that need care. This is leaving the baby in the back seat of the car while you go in to the grocery store, or worse, into the bar to go have a drink. That's really kind of what's going on here. So I'm getting the sense that this power exchange is 10 of Pentacles for the benefit of legacy and for the benefit of themselves, not necessarily the country. This is, I want to be in the history books. I want to be important. I want to be the Che Guevara of my time. You know, not that like the dynamics are the same, but it's almost like the Z guy wants that shirt with the Che Guevara picture. He almost wants that. He wants to be, you know, a celebrity hero. And a celebrity hero is absolutely the term that's coming to mind. So, and this individual is more minded. He's more socio-political world minded here. He's like, hey, you know, we got to stop this. We've got to prevent this. You know what it is? I think Ukraine is the doorway to the rest of the world. I think that's kind of where he's coming from, and he wants to close this door. So that being said, who is this dude? He is someone who has walked away from the party line. So I don't think that he is a voice that has a lot of backing in Ukraine. I think he is possibly a solitary voice. He's possibly someone who is yelling very loudly at the top of his lungs. I keep seeing him doing this. He's doing this. He's holding data out to them. He's holding information out to them, and everyone's very, very emotional. He's very rational. He's thinking about cause and effect. He's thinking about how different reactions will create different reactions from other parties. We all know who I'm talking about, the other party. He wants to stop the drama, and he wants to stop the PR, and he wants to stop the Hollywoodization of what's happening to his country. And it's almost like he says, if I have to take up that mantle, I will do so reluctantly. I don't want to be this hero. I don't want to be at the front of the class, but I don't want to see devastation everywhere. So that's pretty intense. So let's see if we get, you guys mark it with a T and let me know if we see anybody kind of supplanting the Z guy. Let's see about the P guy, the other guy, the guy who kind of crashed the party. Let's put it that way. I know we're not allowed to say a whole bunch of these words, so see what's going on with the guy who crashed the party. Now, those of you that follow me know that Alicia and I both don't get a lot of negative stuff on him. So, Hermit in reverse. Ace of Swords in reverse. Two of Cups upright. Three of Cups in reverse. Not getting what he wants. Temperance upright. Queen of Cups. So not terrifically positive, but not terrifically negative. So that Hermit card, Hermit in reverse, what he's doing now is he's no longer thinking, he's no longer pondering, he's no longer trying to figure out where he is going to go or what he needs to do. He's now executing in a verbal, intellectual manner, and the message is hard. The message is hard, and it is very plain language. When we get that Ace of Swords in reverse, this is not the no honey, you can't have a cupcake because you have to have dinner first. We have this lovely steak dinner. This is no, you can't have a cupcake because it's dessert. Period. It's a very hard language. Very definitive language. But then we have this interesting partnership here coming together, which I do think is our negotiations and our cooperations. We're getting into a situation where, hey, you know what? We need to put a stop to this. Let's have a talk. Let's see if we can come to a middle ground. Then we have that Three of Cups in reverse, not celebrating. So not getting what he wants. So I think we're getting somewhere with this negotiation, with maybe peace talks, maybe getting into a better conversation with the parties involved. Not being thrilled with the results, but getting something. The Temperance card is about balance and getting something back for the efforts. We do have the Queen of Cups upright, which is kindness and love and generosity and trying to make things better, put a Band-Aid on the boo-boo. This is a pretty big boo-boo, but putting a Band-Aid on a boo-boo. The Three of Pentacles in reverse, a little bit worried that there's some shadiness going on here. I'm going to do this, but I'm really going to do this. So, we do have to worry about that a little bit. So, let me see. All right. So, dug in a little bit on Russia and Ukraine. All right. So, Marnie. Now we're talking. All right. So let's put these back. We'll put those down. A little selenite on them. They need a little selenite bath. And there's an alien tarot card deck that I'm dying to get, but I have so many decks, and I have so many decks that I need to break in. I can't possibly get, well, I have one more coming, but I can't possibly get another deck. No, I have a really cool one coming. I went on to eBay, and I was actually looking for a vintage out of print tarot book, and I found it in a bundle. So I bought it. It was a lot. So I bought this lot of used tarot books, basically because I wanted one of them. But there's a whole bunch in there that I wanted. And as I was looking at it, I found this other deck, and it's Cirque de Tarot, and it's a super Carnival de Tarot or something. Oh, it is such a cute deck, and it was really cheap. It was like $10. And how can I not spend $10 on it? I could write it off. I get to write it off. So let's see. I really would like that alien deck to do alien readings, but let's see. Are we going to get some first contact? Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. First contact. Mothership. As much, oh, and look at this. I have cards that weren't even in the deck. They just sat over here. So we'll look at those. As much as I want this to be, hey, they're coming down and they're going to visit. We're going to learn a thing or two about other worlds. I think this is going to be a whole staged event. I'm sorry. So, what did Greg say? Is Project Blue Book or something like that? There's a series, and it's a rich true story. So, this looks like it's a story that's told to, kind of make everybody get fired up and say, "Oh, no, we know what's going on. We have some information, and isn't this great? Now we all know this information, and we want to share it with you, and we want you to be informed." It's like, hey, come and trust your government officials because we have all this information about aliens and we're going to share it with you. But the truth of the matter is, I think it's just going to be a whole bullshit story that they're telling us, just to distract us. Is this a story to distract us? Yes, it is to either placate or get us to the next chapter. And just say, hey, these are, how there's that event that happened in September a number of years ago. A lot of people look at it as before that and after that. I think the JFK incident, I know I'm not allowed to say the A word. I think that is something where people thought about before and after. This is an attempt to have another before and after kind of thinking, so we can do things a little bit differently. It won't be take your shoes off at the airport. It'll be, how you just conduct yourself on a day to day. Now, these two cards got abandoned when I picked up my deck. So let's see what they are in relation to this. So we have Happy Squirrel upside down. You guys know what the Happy Squirrel is if you follow me. Happy Squirrel, this is a card that's specific to this deck. There's also Sad Squirrel. Happy Squirrel is our happy toddler. He's got an ice cream cone. He's got a lollipop. He's very, very happy. When it's in reverse, didn't quite work out. Not unhappy, but not real happy. And the Wheel of Fortune, the situation did not turn in their favor. So that being said, let's take a look. We're going to do some storytelling since we're telling stories here. I have my Lenormand out too, so we should pull that out at some point too. It's right over here. It's right this way, like I'm pointing at it right there. So, are we going to be fed a bunch of phooey hooey from the powers that be? There's no cohesiveness right now. They don't have a hold on as many people as they would like, and they would like to strengthen that. So, makes sense for them to strengthen the hold that they have so that they can regain or maintain control over the masses. It's really what government is. It's kind of, caring for the herd. Not really happy. There's our Sad Squirrel card for those of you that are new. Sad Squirrel, when he's upright, is like a temper tantrum toddler kind of thing. When it's in reverse, this is kind of the aftermath, like, oh, this really sucks. Five of Wands, working together to execute a plan. They put the Knight of Wands in place to execute the plans. And here's our Shady McShadester, telling stories, making up things, putting them on the internet, getting that information out there. This is telling the big fat lie. This is we're going to extend our hand to take care of you. Remember what I just said about the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles, there is some inequity in that generosity that's handed out to the masses. So when we have this in reverse, this is an exaggeration of this. This is, we're going to really take care of you. We need to be this nanny state and take care of you, because you all can't do it. Seven of Wands is about balance and being able to conduct yourself from point A to point B. And they're saying you absolutely can't. You need to rely almost exclusively on us. Give up all of your control. Give up all of your I don't want to say possessions, but those are our mendicants. Remember, this is a religious sect that gives up all of their worldly goods so that they can become closer to God, so they can believe more firmly in God. This is about giving up all of your ideas, giving up all of your choices, and listening to central GOVT. Okay, so that's really what we're doing here. That's the main goal. Justice card, people taking into consideration what is real, what is not, where their foundations are, where the morality is. See, that Page of Pentacles is also about morality. It's also about what makes you who you are. So this is about making those judgments and deciding, am I going to adhere to my morality and my my belief system, or am I going to uproot that and listen to possibly central GOVT to take my direction? So King of Wands, the execution of the plan is not going to go very well, because people are not going to like it. We have that Ace of Cups in reverse, and that is negative emotions, death card, resistance. This is a resistance card right here. This is our rebellion, again, making judgments. When I say rebellion, I mean resistance to the ideas that are being put forth. Magician, they just don't have the goods to put this thing through. They don't have the ability to cover it up. They don't have the ability to cover their tracks. So I think that the event that is a potential distraction from everything is they will flash up, crafts in the sky, woo, and have everybody running for their home, like it's a 1960s movie. And I just don't think that they have the technological ability to do that just yet. So Dead in the Water, Four of Swords, Eight of Wands. No one's going to follow this. I have a feeling Gen Zers are going to be like, what else? Like, what do you got? Like, this is the worst movie ever. Really? Is this what we have to look at? Eight of Pentacles, they probably will go back to the drawing board, try and get someone to be in a position of authority and power. Sorry, I've been up since really early and that time change is still sticking with me. Position of authority and power to try and pin everybody back down, get better results in the future. Is it going to work? We're going to take one more from the center of the deck. Is this plan ever going to work? No, probably not, because people are not stupid. The Queen of Swords is not stupid, and people are not stupid. And ultimately, they do want to take care of themselves, and they want to be self-sufficient. They don't want anyone to say, hey, we're going to put you in this little corral or go to Devil's Tower and hang out there. Actually, no, they in Close Encounters, they didn't want him at Devil's Tower. They wanted him off there. So yeah, I think maybe they're going to try and do something like that. How is Herschel Walker doing? Let's take a look at that. That's actually, this feels like a Herschel Walker deck. We'll go to the Curious Creatures for Herschel Walker. Who's he running against? I can't remember who he's running against. King of Pentacles in reverse. 5 of Wands in reverse. Oh, man. 2 of Cups. I don't think it's looking good for him. Page of Swords. I don't know. This does not. But then we got the Sun on top. Okay. So. All right. So the King of Pentacles is not really suited for the battle. Not really making the best choices. Not really. I don't want to say it, the best guy for the job. I hate to say it. Sorry. I don't really know that much about Herschel Walker. He seems nice enough, I guess. I don't know. While his intentions are in earnest, I don't think that he is fully equipped to be in that position. So I think it's very strange that now we're getting these political figures that have some kind of history in entertainment. It's almost like President Camacho. I don't know. Hands up if you know who President Camacho was. Gregopedia and I were campaigning for him in 2016. We had our Camacho shirts. That's from Idiocracy. So that was the president. It was Terry Keys. I think it was Terry Keys. So it was one of the greatest roles ever. So I just don't think that he is really the right guy for the job. I think he's the guy that they put in the job. He's not really the right guy. I don't think he has a lot of people that want to work with him. I think it's more of a vanity position. And I'm not impugning his work ethic or his intention. I just don't think. I think it's almost like there's going to be people working around him that are like, you just do this, and we're gonna do all the work in the back room, and you just go out there and like put on a tie and look really nice and just kind of talk to the people like, here's your speech. I don't think it's going to be quite as bad as 46. Like reading the teleprompter poorly. I think it'd be much better situation, but I don't think that he is really working with a team. Here's this division in the team too, with this 2 of Cups in reverse. And then we have that Page of Swords, which is you're talking about what ideas you have. You really can't execute them. Remember, our pages are always our dreamers. They're the ones that create it. So the Page of Swords is the one who thinks up the story and wants to write it down and wants to try and kind of get the story fleshed out, but it's not really fleshed out. It's just kind of ideas. It's almost like a thought train. And then that 7 of Pentacles is kind of looking back and seeing how other people did it, maybe pulling from other people's histories, how they executed certain things. I think that there's something like that going on. Now, underneath the surface, I have a feeling this is, I mean, I know it's 8:30 on the East Coast. We're still undecided. Judgment card is in the upright, so that actually looks pretty good. It feels pretty confident. And that Sun card is either that he feels super confident that he will win, or he is going to win. So let's do one card. 5 of Swords. 5 of Swords. I always feel like there's a negative connotation with my swords. Let's warm up. The Pendulum. Is Herschel Walker going to win tonight? I am getting a very weak yes. Very weak yes. While we're at it. Dr. Oz going to win tonight? That went right to yes. We'll see. We'll see by the morning. The gods must be crazy. The Chinese do say, may you live in interesting times. We certainly do. Thumbs up if you think we live in interesting times. All right, everybody, remember to like and share this. I'm going to be wrapping it up pretty soon. I am tired and I want to go upstairs and I want to watch the news. Mystic Rose. I don't know if I answered your question. I don't know if I answered your question. Will Pootie get knocked down a peg or two? The foundations are crumbling over there, the support structures, if you will. Oh, yeah, there he goes. And then there's somebody young. Oh, and somebody else young. So foundations are crumbling. The swords, when we see these swords, we see cutting, removing of things. It can be surgeries, can be positions, can be firing. And that is, we get a double down here with this 2 of Cups, because that's the uncoupling, the conscious uncoupling. And then we get our Temperance. It's going to cause, imbalances of power is going to cause strife. Obviously, the changing of the guard will always do that. We always know that. And it will pull the plug on his power. We have that King of Wands in reverse. So the Knight of Cups, who's our sweet talker, this is the one who's going to come in and he's going to say, I'm going to solve everything. And this is somebody who's very young, adept at PR and not being quite so clandestine. It's going to be more of a glasnost kind of situation. Sloppy shuffle, everybody drink. So I think we're going to see a resurgence of the concept of glasnost, the openness that we saw, I guess, in the 80s. It's going to be this theme of openness. We're going to reopen Russia, which would make sense, because one of the things that Putin did was he really kind of shored up Russia, and it was in an effort to magnify the nationalism there, and to slippery cards. Sorry, I'm trying to get them together to try and get Russians to be more supportive of Russia. So, is this new guy going to be good or bad? Плохо. Очень, очень плохо. Very, very bad. Not cooperative, but high-minded. Very, very impulsive. Does not care if people do not like him, and a little bit of shadiness behind the scenes. We got that 7 of Cups. So we've got the 5 of Swords in reverse, High Priestess, Knight of Swords upright, Ace of Cups in reverse, and then that 7 of Swords. This is somebody who's going to get the job done, whether people like it or not. So that is really, he's not really concerned about the negative voices that he hears. He just wants to go ahead and get his job done. So, and I'm going to be honest, guys, I have not paid attention to the news in literal weeks. Somebody on here once, I don't know who said it, but he said, I get all my news from tarot card readers on YouTube. And I love that. I think that's brilliant. But usually I do come to the table with a lot more. I do my research. So early China. Okay. Warnock up pretty sizably over Walker. Oh, Sunny Girl, did you order this deck? Are you the one that ordered it, sweetie pie? It like literally is so gorgeous. I can't even. I it's like my new favorite deck. Okay, Abigail, what do the next 3 months have in store for you? We'll give you the big deck. Big deck. So for the next month, you need to work on rebuilding the plan. Okay. The plan. I saw the Kamala question, so now I have the plan. Rebuild the plan and figure out where exactly you want to go. You need to fine tune the direction that you want to go in and add to your body of knowledge with that. And it is perhaps a path that is not the one that you're thinking of. You may need to break away from the original plan that you had. It looks like there is something different ahead for you. So let's see, month 2. Yeah, the direction that you're headed, if you're in school or thinking about changing jobs or doing some kind of new training for your work, the direction that you were headed is not the correct one. And you're going to find that path provides a lot of resistance. So if it's a course you're taking, you're going to not do well on the tests, or the course material is just not going to be sticking for you. So take heed. It's not that you can't learn it. It's that you shouldn't be learning it. The universe is pushing you in a direction. So whatever is coming easiest to you, that's the direction you want to go. 3rd month. Don't look at failure or change of direction as a bad thing. It's not. If you have to move on to a different course of study, if you have to move on to a different discipline, that's totally fine. The help is there if you need it to get that guidance to get there. But your biggest thing is that you have to pay attention when something is really, really hard for you, when the information is not gelling, that might not be where you need to be. Okay. So keep that in mind. And you can make a contribution by Venmo or PayPal. Sloppy shuffle, everybody drink. I'm like in this big black cloud of a dress right now. You have no idea. It's a floor length linen dress. I don't know how to dress. It was like 80 degrees 2 days ago. And today I walked out of the house and it was not 80 degrees. And I was like, oh, I should have brought a sweater. Then I did bring a sweater and I was hot. So it's like that weird weather. So Rose, my darling, thank you so much for your super sticker. And I got your question here. Gregopedia, I was actually thinking of your Shea Baka shirt. Shea Baka. Let's do the Kamalasis. We'll use Alicia's word. Kamalasis. How did Kamala's stepdaughter Become a model. We'll do some storytelling with this one too. I think this is a good one for storytelling. Actually, we're going to use curious creatures. Curious creatures. See if we get another sloppy shuffle. So there's definitely some kind of deal that was made here. So some strings were pulled on this. This isn't, you're right. This isn't just, oh, she was stunningly beautiful and she got a job. What I'm seeing here is that the manifestation was not working. The will and the effort to make this kind of a life really wasn't working. So there was a gathering of individuals and some favors were done. The Three of Cups, so that's celebration that's coming together. But it's also in the traditional Rider-Waite. Those three women, actually not in the traditional Rider-Waite. My Ellen Cannon Reed deck has the best Three of Cups, or actually it's the Three of Wands that has the Mother, the Maiden, and the Crone. But the Three of Cups can be the Mother, the Maiden, and the Crone in a traditional tarot deck. And so what is the Mother, the Maiden, and the Crone? These are the three manifestations of womanhood. What is womanhood? Well, I'm not getting into that whole conversation. Womanhood is about creation. It is, and I'm boiling this down to like the very basics. It's about bringing things into the world. It's about nurturing them. It's about creating magic. Women are very magical just by the nature of our biology. We can create human life. It's, we do get help, but, we are fostering and nurturing and growing a human being. It's a pretty amazing process. So, this Three of Cups here is a coming together to create magic to make this happen. Now, the Chariot is in reverse. So I don't think that this is going to be a permanent situation. I think this is just going to be like a vanity job for a short period of time. And it's almost like it's a stepping stone into another one. But we've got some situation here. 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords, 10 of Swords in reverse. The swords are trouble. This is a sticky patch. This is walking through your living room and there's Legos all over the floor mixed with tacks, thumbtacks. This is a very tricky situation. So she's getting herself into a world that maybe is not very easy to negotiate out of. And that's what we have in this 8 of Swords. We have our gal horse. It's a gal horse, a clothes horse that is trapped in these swords by her own doing. She can walk out. Traditionally, she is barefoot, but she has this really fancy pair of red shoes on. And she's also blindfolded. She's blindfolded by her own thinking and her own ideas. 8 of Pentacles up here is still working very hard, trying to become legitimate, trying to be seen as legitimate. But let's see, what's the issue with this young gal? 4 of Wands feels very comfortable in this situation, but Ace of Wands in reverse does not have the ability. Queen of Cups loves being a part of this. Is she going to stay in the industry? 10 of Wands, the industry is proving to be too much. Why is she going to leave the industry? 5 of Pentacles, because she's had to abandon her morality. She's had to abandon everything that she's grown up with. So I feel like she's in a bit of trouble in this industry. And then we have Ace of Swords. That is poor communication, negative communication, those kinds of things. She could be in a situation where she can't even ask for help. Hang on, I'm going to have a drink. So, is it a contract problem? Two of Swords. Yes, it is a contract problem. So she has contracted herself for something in this situation. And I'm sure if Alicia was here, she would say EWS Club. We all know what that is. So she may be partnered up with that dirty Eyes Wide Shut club. So she may be involved with some individuals there. I wouldn't say, it doesn't feel like she's a card carrying, member. All right. So Markle's recent podcast, she can't say the B word. I can say biscuit. Okay, so Ms. Markle. Let's switch it over to say Lenormand. So Ms. Markle podcast. Ms. Markle. Podcast. What was the intent of this podcast? Was it to refute all of her critics? Was that the cause of this? So we'll have some fun with Lenormand. She's a cold-hearted snake. Oh. So this is the intent of the podcast. We're going to go back and we will get the result of the podcast after this. So the intent: snake, moon, house, fish, letter, heart. Snake, shady woman. This is someone who conceals their true intent and tries to conceal their behavior. They slither under the surface. The difference between the snake and the fox in the deck is also someone who is a bit shady, but the fox is much more adept at creating a subterfuge, is wearing this fuzzy fur coat and being very cute. The snake is a snake. We see the snake for what the snake is worth. Moon is secrets, things that are concealed, our intuition, the unknown. Okay, so this can be some conjuring of some interesting elements, let's put it that way, so we can have something like that. House is our protection. This is our legacy. This is what protects us from the world, the weather, everything out there. Fish in Lenormand, the fish is money. Money. This is money coming to you. Letter is messaging, information, surprises, things like that. And the heart is good things in general. Okay. The letter is also, you can see this deck, and this is one of the reasons why I wanted to get this Lenormand deck, because it does have the playing cards. So our snake is associated with our Queen of Spades, or Queen of Clubs. I'm sorry, Queen of Clubs. The moon is associated with our Eight of Hearts, Eight of Cups. The house is the King of Hearts. The fish is the King of Diamonds. And that would be King of Pentacles. And the letter is our 7 of Spades, and which is our Sneaky Snacker card. That is Sneaky Snacker, but letter is a little bit better than Sneaky Snacker. And then we have the Knight of Hearts is our heart card. So when we read this as a sentence, we have the shady woman works magic to manifest house, money, messaging to her favor. Okay, so that's what we get from that. So that's the intent of our book here, or not the book, podcast. Sorry. All right. What is the result of this podcast? What is the result of this? Actually, I shouldn't say that. That's a crummy question. I love when people ask tarot readings and they're like, just tell me whatever. Okay. So, what is her legacy going to be from this podcast? Because I believe it's almost done. I think we're almost through the whole series. So, what is the legacy that Ms. Markle will leave from this podcast? Legacy that she will leave. Father, Son, Holy Spirit. And that was a sloppy shuffle. So if you guys want a drink, you go ahead and have a drink. Sloppy shuffle. Anchor. Stars. Clover, whip, coffin. We'll just get one more. I wanted to stop, so we'll put that heart up here. So, anchor, stars, clover, whip, coffin. Or actually, this deck has whips. 2 whips. Has whips. There are 2 whips on there. So we have the 9 of Spades, and that's the anchor. And then we have 6 of hearts for stars, 6 of diamonds for clovers. Hang on. Oh, that is a Knight of clubs, 9 of diamonds, 9 of pentacles. And then we have that Knight of hearts up here. So we're going to leave that Knight of hearts up there just for a minute. So anchor to the future, trying to get good luck, but then pain from the whip. And this is also the Sith in some decks they flip them. So the pain, and then coffin is end. So the legacy from this is just not going to be good. The heart, I really did want to stop when I got to the coffin. I mean, when you get to the coffin, you really should stop. So how are women going to perceive Ms. Markle when this series is done? How are women going to perceive her? Cross, sun, dog, lady, mountain. Okay, that makes sense. So the cross is something that you have to bear. The cross is a challenge, something that is foisted upon you, and that you have to manage, and that you have to make good decisions to cope with. The sun is illumination, that's grandeur, it's good things. The dog is loyalty. The lady is, of course, the lady when we do the grand tableau. And I have one of my clients is actually making me a grand tableau tabletop. I'm so excited about it. She just has to do like a few more things. So I'll showcase that in a couple of weeks. And she does do custom things. So if you guys want, I will have her information up here. I'm so excited to get it. So the lady, when we do the grand tableau, is always the lady of the reading or the man of the reading. And then we kind of spiral out from there. And the ultimate result of this is mountain. And the mountain in Lenormand is difficulty, it is challenges, it's trying to overcome things. Will she be able to overcome the negativity? Child, perhaps her legacy will. The lady child, that's interesting, has a future with the stars. So that may be the only thing that she has going for her, is the legacy of the lady child. I know we all have a different opinion about this. So there it is, lady child. Lady child may be her only saving grace. So let's see if we have anything else here before we call a write-off. Yes, write-off, Gregory. Oh, that's kind of cool, Marnie. So yeah, Marnie, you had your moment today too with Lord Famous Fortune calling you out. So, all right. So I read today Netflix spent $500,000 for Knives for our franchise. I included 10,000. Okay, new not. Oh, I don't even know what this is. Not Knives Out. Is that a show? Is that what I'm? Knives Out. Okay. All right. Will Knives Out pay off big for Netflix? This is a smart move. Oh, yeah. So, yes, but it's going to be a slow burn. Okay. There's going to be some kind of a problem that they have to correct. So I don't know if they're going to lose a cast member or if they're going to lose like a writer or something like that. Some major component of this series is going to be lost, whether it's a main actor or if it's a main writer. It's really critical to the storyline. They will have to work together. Right now, it's geared up to be awesome, but there's something is going to befall this show that they're going to have to make a pivot, and they're going to have to figure out how to correct that path. So, will it be a big moneymaker for them? Is it going to be a boon? Temperance, time will tell. We have to. There's something very challenging that's coming up for them. What is this challenging thing? That was a little mini sloppy shuffle. You can have a little slurp. Yes. There, I think it may be a woman character that they're going to lose, and they're going to have to replace her. I think that may be what's going on. So, yes, we'll have to pay attention. I have not seen the show. I barely watch anything on TV. I'm constantly working. I get all my entertainment from tarot readers on YouTube. Oh, and that Danny Masterson trial. I'm paying attention to oh God, what's his name? Ortiz, is it I can't read he's a news guy. So thank you, Gregopedia. Herbert Elizondo, that was his middle name? Elizondo? I know Mountain Dew. Camacho, 2024. Oh, look at that, Beverly. Look at that. So I got to get upstairs and get on the news. This is my life. Yes, Gregopedia, big deck energy. All right, so I'm a little behind. Hello, Amina. I'm gonna pull a few cards for you. We need to talk on email, sweetie pie. You know, I never do one card. I always do three. Ooh, strong foundations. Poor messaging and not sure how to go. So the dream is big. The dream is big, but you need to get a more concrete plan in place, like write down on paper what the goal is. So in the Charming Homes section of what I'm going to do weekly now, I think we're going to talk about manifesting things that you want in your life. And I mean, I'm not great at it. I don't manifest everything that I want, but I did manifest Gregopedia into my life. So, and that was actually a list format. I actually wrote a list and he hit all of the marks except for like one or two. I know it's one. He doesn't have more tattoos than I do. And I think there was something else that he didn't hit the list. I don't know, but he's got a great head of hair and an awesome sense of humor. And he is a peach. He is my peach. So make sure that you write down this plan. You need to write it down, get it out of your head and into the physical. Sometimes we need to take things out of the physical and into our heads, and like we would be reading things, then like you would write it down and then read it and kind of process it. But this is an idea that you want to get out of your head and onto paper or onto a canvas. If you're doing a vision board or something like that, you really want to get this out of your head. It needs to come out of your head so that you can move into the next phase, which is your Knight of Swords, where you're actually putting that plan into place and studying and taking the tests and doing the things. So I hate when people say doing the things because it's just so unclear. The Page of Wands is about, again, executing, getting in there and actually making that project fire up. So write it down, work out your plan, and then you can turn into the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Wands, which are our doers. Our pages are our dreamers, our knights are our doers. And you're almost there. Both of those are in reverse. So you're progressing in that direction, darling. Jasmine, hello, new subscriber. Welcome. I hope you're having fun. This is a fun night. I usually do this on Wednesdays, but I have a meeting tomorrow, so I'm not going to be able to do this on Wednesdays. It's usually What If Wednesdays. We usually do What If. So, oh, and thank you, Celtic Rune. Oh no. Somebody was upset? Did I miss somebody? Did they ditch? Okay. All right. Oh, that's okay. Thank you, Beverly. You are a peach, Beverly. Who doesn't like Daniel Craig? Daniel Craig with a New Orleans accent. That I gotta say, well, I think I am gonna wrap it up too. Everybody seems to be kind of falling out. I want to go check out the news, but thank you, everybody. Thank all of you who dropped some drops in my bucket and who put up with my craziness and my voted sticker. I'm glad. Thanks everybody for saying hi to my mom. She's been trying to catch a show, so she doesn't really know what I do here. It's, I think, her first time on. So. But thank you, everybody. I will see you definitely on Friday for Dueling Tarot. Same time, same station. It's going to be on my feed this week. And hopefully we'll have some neat stuff to talk about. But thank you so much, everybody. You are like all my favorites. My favorite part of the day, favorite part of the week is when I get to spend time with you guys. And keep an eye out for, I think the Charming Home segment I'll do, it'll be like a weekly catch up. I'll do it probably on Sunday and then post it up on Monday morning and just kind of give you the lay of the land and let you know what I'm going to be doing all week. And we'll have some tips and tricks. And I got to get to work on a newsletter because the website has people signing up for a newsletter. I forgot to leave that section off, so now I got to do newsletter. So, but we'll do something fun. But thank you, everybody, for being here. I will see you all live on Friday.